Hello and welcome to Shenanigans. Today I'm gonna talk about some medieval-themed custom towers. Some are either gonna be modernized or they may expand on, so yeah, be ready for anything. Anyways, let's start this with the catapult, which is a manual tower that begins like artillery that you have to manually aim. Well, I think that later on the third house is literally a catapult, and a unique thing about it, it has the collision type. It's not a close range tower, it's a range tower. I mean, it makes sense, it's a catapult, it throws rocks. Anyways, the base stats are 20 range and ammo shot, which is an ability that changes the tower projectile. The first projectile, which has the collision damage type, is the boulder, which deals 200 damage, can hit 7 targets, can accidentally hit some targets. It stuns for 4 seconds if not directly killing them, has a 20-second reload and about 10 DPS. The arrows deal 50 damage, there are 40 arrows in total, also have accidental hit. The arrows give them plus 5 range, the arrows have a 10-second reload and about 5 DPS per arrow. The tar barrel deals 100 damage. There are 2 barrels per launch. It's stun for 1 second on a direct hit. 20-second fire duration, 5-second burn duration, 20 burn DPS, so about 100 burn damage, I think. 12-second reload and about 88.3 DPS per barrel. The third top half upgrade is called trebuche, which gives it friendly buffs. 60 range manual reload, which means it can fire and aim automatically, but you have to manually reload it. The boulder gets, double damage boost, so 400 damage now. Can hit 10 targets now. Stuns for 9 seconds instead of 4, and a max of 20 DPS. The slingshot, I don't know what it's called, I think rape shot, deals 50 damage, it launches 8 mini boulders with a 150 degrees spread, can hit max of 3 targets, just stuns for 3 seconds, with a 10-second reload and a max of 5 DPS per mini boulder. The tar boulder deals 400 damage, can hit 10 targets, stuns for 3 seconds, deals 30 burn DPS for 25 seconds, with a 22.5 reload and about 17.8 max DPS. The third bottom path upgrade is called the balista, which also has no friendly buffs, 52 range, manual fire. The balista bolt deals 200 damage and has 1 pierce. It has a 2-second reload and a max of 100 DPS. The steel rebar deals 500 damage and has 2 pierce, but if there are 2-second reload, has a 1-second reload instead, and a max of 100 DPS also. The fourth top upgrade is called steel beams, which gives it 66 range. The boulders a 50 damage buff, a max of 22.5 DPS. The slingshot gets the slingshot has now 40 mini boulders and can hit 4 instead. The tar boulders fire has a 20-second duration or effect, and now a 14 burn DPS. Now having a new projectile called the round bomb, which has the explosive damage type instead, 225 damage, 14 splash radius, splash sensor, and a 10-second reload with a max of 22.5 DPS. The fourth bottom half upgrade is called railgun cannon, which gives it 60 range, stealth detection, air detection, a railgun bolt instead of a ballista bolt that deals 400 damage, 2 pierce with a 3-second reload and a max of 133.3 DPS. The steel rebar has now 4 pierce and 4 reload with a max of 125 DPS. The top path max upgrade is called Modern Ammo, which gives it 68 range stealth detection. The Big Steel Ball is replaces the boulder. It now deals 900 damage. 900 damage. 10 second reload, can hit 8 enemies, stuns for 15 seconds, and has a max of 90 DPS. The buckshot, which I think is still called Great Shot, replaces the mini boulders, which deal 60 damage per ball, throws 100 lead balls with a 110 degree angle, hits 2 per ball, a 6 second reload, and 10 DPS per ball. The napalm barrel deals 100 damage on a direct hit, 100 burn DPS for 10 seconds. With a 120 second duration on the fire, a 10 second reload, and a max of 10 DPS. The large frag bombs is an explosive damage type, deals 200 damage with 4 splash radius, 8 and 100 degree angle, launches 6 bombs with a 6 frag radius, like not explosive radius, but when enemies get hit with fragments. 4 second reload and a max of 50 DPS per bomb. The third bomber path upgrade is called better plating, which gives it 70 range. Railgun bolt deals now deals 900 damage, and has 1 splash radius, can pierce 5 enemies, and a max of 300 DPS. The C rebar now deals 800 damage, can pierce 9 enemies, and a max of 200 DPS. A new Magnet rocket, which is explosive, deals 100 damage, 4 splash radius, 1 reload, and a max of 100 DPS. The final universal stats are no friendly boss on them. They further upgrades each, and step protection on the 5th top half upgrade and the 4th bottom half upgrade. The top half has manual reload, accidental hit, 68 range. The Big Steel Ball deals 900 damage, has a 10 second reload, can hit 8 enemies, stuns for 15 seconds, and a max of 90 DPS. The buckshot deals 60 damage and launches 100 lead balls in a 110 degree angle, can hit 2 enemies per ball, 6 second reload, and 10 DPS per ball. The napalm barrel deals 100 damage, 100 burn DPS for 60 seconds, with about 2 minute duration on the fire, with 10 second reload, and about max 10 DPS. The large frag bombs have explosive damage type, deal 200 damage with a 4 splash radius, 100 degree angle, 6 bombs, 8 frag radius, 4 second reload, and a max of 50 DPS per bomb. The ball path has 70 range. The railgun bolt deals 900 damage. Reload has a 3 second reload, has 1 radius splash, can pierce 5 enemies, has a max of 300 DPS, and the steel rebar deals 800 damage, 4 second reload, can pierce 9 enemies, and a max of 200 DPS. The magnet rocket has explosive damage type, the damage, 4 splash radius, 1 second reload, and a max of 100 DPS. Damn, that was a lot to speak. Now for the Bastion, which is basically a fancy relic. The base unit is a squire that has 40 health, 4 range, deals 45 damage, has a 1.2 second swing delay, and they have a screen speed, and about 26.5 DPS, and 1 every 56 seconds. First upgrade, Squire Yoram both has 50 health, 4 range, 60 damage, 1.2 second swing delay, also 1 half second swing speed, and about 25.3 DPS, and 2 every 47 seconds. The second upgrade squire has 65 health, has a 4.5 range, deals 7-8 damage, has a 1.2 second swing delay, and the swing takes half a second and about 45.9 DPS and 3 every 45 seconds. Also a cool thing, the bottom path is the one that upgrades the units instead, and the top path makes them fall faster. Yeah, neat. The third top path upgrade is called Night Training, which removes the squire and replaces it with the knight, which has 120 damage, 5 range, deals 100 damage, has a 1.1 second swing delay, and 0.4 swing speed, and about 66.7 DPS, and a 10% collision and a 50% melee resistance, and 1 every 54 seconds. The archer has 80 health, 15 range, 20 damage, 0.98 second reload, and about 20.4 DPS, and 2 every 47 seconds. The third bottom path upgrade is called Heavy Armor, which upgrades the squire to level 3, which gives it 70 health, 90 damage, a 1 second swing delay, and a 0.4 swing speed with a DPS of 64.3 and 4 every 45 seconds. The Heavy Axe Knight is basically the warden, which instead of having a 1,500 health has 320 health, has a range of 6, deals 300 damage, can hit up to max 6 targets, a 2.5 swing delay and 1.5 swing speed, and has 75 DPS and ignore up to 50% melee resistance and 20% collision resistance and melee resistance. No, 30% melee resistance and 2 every 52 seconds. The fourth top path upgrade is called Get Maced, which has a macer which has a 120 health, 4.5 range, deals 70 damage, half a swing delay, half a swing speed, so swings every second, and about 70 DPS, and stun every hit enemy for half a second, and 2 every 45 seconds. The knight is upgraded to level 2, which gives it 120 health, 150 damage, and 100 DPS, and 2 every 54 seconds. The fourth bottom path upgrade is called Great Sword Training, which has the Great Swordsman, which has 300 health, 7 range, 200 DPS, 200 damage, half 0.6 swing delay, 0.2 swing speed, and 280 DPS, 15% collision resistance, and 36 melee resistance with 2 every 52 seconds. The fifth top path upgrade is called Heavy Cavalry, which adds, Heavy Cavalry, which has a 1000 health, is a ramming unit which deals 300 damage on hit, has 30% collision resistance, 40% melee resistance for 80 seconds, and the Cavalry Knight, which is dropped from the Heavy Cavalry, has 200 health, 8 range, 100 damage, 1 second swing delay, half a second swing speed, and 66.7 DPS. The fifth bottom path upgrade is called Battlegram, which, adds a Battlegram, which is basically the old relic, the old overseer, which has 12,000 health, deals 30,000 damage on hit, has 90% collision resistance, and 1 every 3 minutes. The final stats are that the top path has the Knight 2, which has 240 health, 5 range, 100 damage, 150 damage, has 1.1 second swing delay, 0.4 swing speed, 100 DPS, 10% melee resistance, and 50% melee resistance, and 2 every 54 seconds. The archer has 80 health, 15 range, 20 damage every 0.98 seconds and about 24.4 DPS and 2 every 47 seconds. The Macer has 120 health, 4.5 range, deals 70 damage per swing, with a half a swing delay and half swing speed, 70 DPS and stuns for 0.5 seconds and 2 every 45 seconds. They have a heavy cavalry which has a 1000 health, 300 damage on hit, well, when it collided, 300% collision resistance, no, 30% collision resistance, 40% melee resistance, and 4 every 80 seconds. The cavalry knight that is dropped from the heavy cavalry has 200 health, 8 range, 100 damage, 1 second swing delay, half a second swing speed, and 66.7 DPS. The bottom half has the Squire 3, which has 70 health, 4.5 range, 90 damage, 1 second swing delay, 0.4 second swing speed, and 64.3 DPS, and 4 every 45 seconds. The heavy axe knight has 320 health, 6 range, deals 300 damage per hit, can hit up to 6 targets, 2.5 second swing delay, 1.5 second swing speed, and 75 DPS, and north up to 50% melee resistance. And 20% collision resistance and melee resistance, and 2 every 52 seconds. The Great Swordsman has 300 health, 7 range, 200 DPS, 200 damage, 0.6 swing delay, 0.2 second swing speed, and 280 DPS, and 50% collision resistance, and 35% melee resistance, and 2 every 54 seconds. The battering ram has 12,000 health, deals 30,000 damage on hit, and 90% collision resistance, and 1 every 3 minutes. Jesus, I'm talking a lot today. Well, not with the next one. The Hunter is a custom event tower, which has a single path, no shit, and also throws traps. So, the base stats are 50 damage, 20 range, half a second reload, 2 second aim time, 20 DPS, air targeting, and a bear trap that deals 80 damage with an 20 damage with an 80 second lifetime, 20 second duration on the trap, stops non-boss enemies. This doesn't include the mini bosses from Endless, stuns bosses for half a second, and 2 seconds, and for 2 seconds gives the enemies that they survive a 50% slowdown on all movement, and he throws out the bear trap every 40 seconds. The first upgrade is called Heavier Arrowhead, which gives it 70 damage, 30 range, and 20 DPS. The second upgrade is called Heavier Draw Weight, which gives it 120 damage, 50 range, physical aim time, and 34.3 DPS. The Goliath Trap is an ability that is also the name of the third upgrade, that deals 200 damage, can hit up to 11 enemies, stops bosses for 10 seconds. The Hunter deals 140 damage, gets 57 range. The bear traps now deals 80 damage, now having a 100 second lifetime, 30 second durations, stuns bosses or them, it stuns bosses for 0.7 seconds. The fourth upgrade is called Lasting Traps, which makes the lifetime of the traps 120 and the duration 60. The fifth upgrade is called Runic Eye, which gives it stealth detection, 300 damage, 600 range, 1.5 second aim time, and 150 DPS, and ability called Sling Net, which, if you play Overwatch, you know Freya, the ultimate thing. I don't really know what's it called. However, it hits 10 enemies, gives them 90% slowdown and 20% damage vulnerability. The final stats are stealth detection, air targeting, 300 damage, 100 range, half a second reload, half a second, 1.5 second aim time, 150 DPS, gives it a bear trap that deals 80 damage, has a 100 second lifetime, is active for 30 seconds until it gets destroyed, stops non-boss enemies, stuns bosses for 0.7 seconds, gives a 2 second 50% slowdown on all enemies that survived, and throws out one every 40 seconds. The Goliath trap is an ability that throws out a giant trap that deals 200 damage, can hit up to 11 enemies, stops bosses for 10 seconds. The sling net hits 10 enemies, gives them 90% slowdown, well 45 if they are bosses, and a 20% damage vulnerability from all damage types. Now this might be a controversial one, maybe, but because Christianity, the highest point of Christian rule was in the medieval times, I think, this kind of makes sense. It's called the priest, that which his periodically and gives boss in the later level. If you know the priest in the tabs, in totally accurate battle simulator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Kind of. The base stats are that it heals 50 HP every 0.5 seconds and it has a 30 range. The third top of upgrade is called Way of the People, which heals 200 HP every 0.5 seconds. That's it. And the third power up upgrade is called Bishop Vetting. I think I've said it right. It heals 300 HP per second in a radius of 30. Yeah. The fourth top path upgrade is called, well, it says Healing Hand, but it's meant to be Helping Hand, which increases the healing to 300 HP every 0.1 seconds, gives a 40 range, and a 20% damage resistance to all damage on the heal tower for 4 seconds. So if your tower is damaged and it heals, it then gets a 20% damage resistance for the 4 seconds after it gets done healing and during. The fourth power upgrade is called Archdiocese. Yeah, I don't know if I said it right, but it heals 450 HP per second, gives a 50 range, and a 10% health boost in the radius. The fifth top-up upgrade is called Choir, which deals 100 HP every 0.1 seconds, an ability called Choir, which gives a 100% health boost on nearby towers in the radius, and units including units, gives nearby towers 50% damage resistance to all damage types. It has a 35 second cooldown with a 20 second duration, and the cooldown doesn't decrease during the ability. The fifth power upgrade is called Praise the Lord, which heals the nearby towers, which heals 900 HP per second, gives a 30% health boost on nearby towers, and an ability called Divine Judgment, which gives a 100% damage boost on nearby towers and units, randomly smites a non-boss enemy with a 100 range radius, and a 300 healing boost to all towers, including the one with the ability. So medics, the shield tower, and later on the combat medic and the shotgunner ability will heal 4 times more, and has a 60 second cooldown with a 20 second duration, and the cooldown, like just said, does not decrease during the ability. The final stats are heal of 1000 HP every 0.1 seconds, 40 range, the ability called Choir, which gives a 100% health boost to nearby towers and units. This would be broken in Man vs. Steel with Behemoth or War Machine. Just saying. And gives nearby towers a 50% damage resistance. Just nearby towers. With a 35-second cooldown and a 20-second duration, and the cooldown does not decrease during the duration. The bottom half final stats are that it heals 900 damage per second in a 50 range radius, gives 300, gives a 30% health boost to nearby towers, and an ability called Divine Judgment, which I just said, gives a 100% damage boost to nearby towers and units. Randomly smites a non-boss enemy in a 100 range radius, and 300% healing boost, so 4 times healing on all towers that can heal. I think including the healing power. That will be genuinely broken, other than the buffing units. And it has a 60-second cooldown with a 20-second duration, like I just said, does not decrease the cooldown does not decrease during the duration. Now for the last tower during this recording, I might just expand it or make others. It's called the Farmland, which is a literal farm and a free upgrade tower, like the Chinook tower I made a few weeks ago. It will be a few months from now, because I filmed it during the summer and it's now 2026 in the winter. Anyways, the base stats are: it gives $25 every 10 seconds and has a 10% faster health regen on nearby towers. The first top-up upgrade is called Better Tools, which gives it 50 cash every 10 seconds, 20% faster health regen on nearby towers, and the bottom half upgrade is called Cattle Plowing, which increases the speed to $5 every 5 seconds. The second top-up upgrade is called Sharpened Scythe, which gives it $100 every 10 seconds. And the second bottom half upgrade is called Extra Farmers, which increases the cash to 30. I know, not a lot, but decreases the rate to 3. The final top half upgrade, which is the third in this case, is called Bountiful Harvest, which gives $200 every 10 seconds with a 30% faster health regen on nearby towers. And the bottom half is called Extra Tools, which gives it $40 every 2 seconds, and has 60 HP healing every 1 second in 20 range. The final stats are that the top half gives $200 every 3 seconds, because the previous two bottom half upgrades has a 30% faster health regen on nearby towers, and the bottom half has 140 cash every 2 seconds, 10% faster health regen on nearby towers, and heals 60 HP every second in a 60 range radius. Yeah.